All right, so let's get into giver updates. So, giver updates, really, at a simple, high level, what they're all about is showing the donors that made specific projects and events and things possible the impact that came from them. And it's really the specific impact from the field. So the way we do this, it's really part of the stewardship phase. If you check out your different stewardship options, it's really a way to steward them well, to show them, hey, here's where your generous donation really went, and here's the impact that it actually achieved. And that's a big gap in a lot of systems today. And yeah, leaving a donor hanging there, it just breaks trust. And delivering in that moment will build a partnership with that individual. So we can create these updates straight from our pipelines here. If we open up this one that is in the stewardship phase and click create giver update down in the bottom right, you'll see that we get our giver update window here. So let's just go over what these fields are really quick. So here in the title, you really just want to make it something that the donor will initially or immediately understand what it is and understand, hey, it's from these guys and it's about the specific thing that I donated towards. So an example of that could be, Clean Water Project 2020. And then, that's a great title. So they're excited. They know they donated towards that, and they're going to open that and want to see that information. Now, the assignee field, that is the individual that is going to be filling out the information in this update. So you can create this, and maybe you're going to be the one that's going to fill it out. So in that case, I can go ahead and just assign myself to this update. I can also assign field reps, which is a role that we talked about in the users who only have access to giver updates. So basically what that allows you to do is add different field reps. So maybe if you're building a guest cottage, you can actually add your project manager for that guest cottage in here as a field rep and then assign it out to them so that they can enter in firsthand information, submit pictures and that type of thing for this report. So that's kind of the two different ways that it works. That's really what the field rep role is all about, is they are going to receive these updates and have the ability to fill them in and then send the filled out update back to the home base for review. That's really what the field rep is. So depending on how you're going to get the information filled out, that's going to determine your assignee. But again, the assignee is the individual responsible for filling out the information here. And I'll just put myself down in this case. The due date is obviously when you want the information returned back to you. So if I'm assigning this out to somebody, when do I want to see that information filled out? You can go ahead and pick whatever date you'd like. Picking a date in the past is probably not very helpful, but go ahead and pick any date there. The recipients are the individuals that you want to receive the update. So this would be the donors around a specific project. You can do a couple different things here. You can, of course, just search for your givers individually, or you can search actually by donation targets, which is awesome. So if I type in clean water for the Clean Water Project, I can select Pam, who is a donor to the Clean Water Project. So that's awesome. Now over here, this updates, this is where the information really comes into play. So you see that it comes preloaded with 4 of these little update fields. This is kind of just a framework for some of the information you should be including. So you can see basically, what was achieved, how did we achieve it, what's the financial reality, and then a thank you. You can delete these, add up to 10 different fields, customize everything. But really, this is where you can frame up for that assignee exactly what information you're looking for. So you can make it really, again, general or specific, really however you want to gather this info. But if we just say number of lives impacted, and then we want to leave this blank. So this is kind of the example of, hey, we're going to assign this to a field rep, and we are asking them to fill out the information. You could assign it to them with a bunch of fields like this for specific information that you're looking for, and then they'll just come in here, enter it, hit save, and then they'll be good to go. So that's kind of the basics of the way that it works. I'm going to open up this one that I kind of preloaded a little bit. So you can see guest cottage is nearing completion, assigned to me, the due dates, the different recipients here. You can assign a lot of different recipients. There's really no limit. You can send this out to 100 people all at once or just one person. It's really up to you. But you can see kind of the different update fields, and then we can take a look at the way that it actually comes through. So if we hit preview, you can see the way it formats is really simple, really clean. You can see the assignee's name right here. You can see the organization that this is coming from, the title of the update, and then you can see these different specific fields. Those are the update fields that I'm talking about. So this is the way that it kind of frames everything up. So then, financial update, you can see all the specifics and all that stuff. And then again, you can see the different assigned recipients. You can upload different pictures and things like that. So now we're having this uploaded, so you can send that out as well. So in the context of this being, me being that field rep role, let's say I came in here, I filled out all this information, and now I am finished with it. I'm ready to send it back to HQ. All I would do is use this submit for review button. It'll give me this quick preview. I can make sure everything looks correct, look at the recipients, look at the attachments, and then hit yes. Now, right when I hit yes, an email goes back to whoever created this back at home base, and they get an email saying your update has been submitted for review. And now, if I am back at HQ, I can make sure that everything looks good, check it out, obviously make sure it's all correct, and then I can use the send giver update button. And this is actually going to send this out in an email to my different givers that are assigned. Once I hit yes here, now it has been sent out into the wild. Those givers have received this update with the pictures and everything attached. All I can do with this now is preview it. It's kind of locked down into a read-only preview mode because it's already sent out. You can see it's also been shifted over to the completed tab because it's been sent. And that's really kind of the basics of the giver updates. So taking those individuals that donated towards specific projects and, hey, let's show them the impact that their donations have provided. So that's really what they're all about. You can, of course, search and you can filter by who created an update and who is the assignee of the update. So you can filter just by assignee or just by the creator there. And that's really what this is all about, is a simple process for taking that information and putting it out to the donors that made it possible.